Well, it's a very beautiful crowd here this morning. Thank you all for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Yes, yes, yes. I wasn't talking to you two. I was talking to this fine gentleman right here in the back, yes. Now, it's an honor to be here. And because it's a more intimate thing at the moment, I'm going to just have a more intimate conversation with you all. Can you guys hear me fine, first and foremost? Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Well, some of you already know. My name is Kwaku Osei, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Pharmacy Food, and it's a true honor to be with you all today because I'm just hearing some feedback. Do you guys hear that too? Yeah, just a little bit. You're fine? Okay. Okay, I'll stand here and maybe I'll do the dance thing here. Okay, all right. So yeah, no, this is a high honor because I think that not only is the focus of this conference extremely important, none of us are ignorant to what's happening here. And in fact, we're focusing on what's happening here in the future, Industry 4.0. And what I would say is that it's extremely important that we win Industry 4.0, and I'm happy that we're here. What I would also argue is that it's important that while we win this race towards this new industry, that we also make considerations for what will allow for Industry 10.0, if that even makes sense at this point. And I think none of us are ignorant of all the things that are happening around us, and I think we've seen great examples of how technology can be utilized for good. And I know all of us have seen examples of how technology can be used for other than. And so anyway, let me tell you a little bit about myself and my journey and tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna make a really brief argument for why I'm excited to be talking to you all and how I hope you guys will approach the industry of tomorrow. Okay, sound good? I got a smile on the back, so that's all that matters to me. All right, and I got a thumbs up, got a smile here by Dominique DeCruz and his lovely wife, arguably his better half. Maybe not an argument at all. All right, let me stop. Let me get back to script. All right. So in any event, my name is Kwaku Osei, again, for the folks that just joined, and I started my career in management consulting with a firm that is pretty well known, but I won't name the firm because you can find it on my LinkedIn if you so want to. I primarily consulted for federal agencies. After working there for a couple years, I moved to Detroit. I was recruited to be a part of, I came to Detroit in the summer 2013 while the city was going through its bankruptcy. And I worked with Dan Gilbert, who you all would know as the chairman of what's now called Rocket Mortgage, or whatever it is called these days. In any event, Dan took me under his wing, exposed me to a ton, and after working closely with him for about a year, we co-founded a company together, which is a tech startup that still exists. I led that company as CEO for a little over a year. Unfortunately, I got pushed out of it, but I'm not complaining about it. After that, I bought a lot of real estate in Detroit and then got lured back home. I'm from Alexandria, Virginia, so I got lured back home to the DC area where I was on the fast track of becoming a partner of a local government contracting firm. And I was basically paid to dress up, look more like this fine gentleman here than I do right now. Or actually, no, more like this fine gentleman here. Sorry to put you on the spot. Both of you guys look good, and everyone gets an award for dressing nicely. But I was basically paid to dress up, look nice, become buddies with government officials to win contracts for our firm. This was the sleaziest thing I'd ever done. It is not what I thought I was signing up for, and I didn't even stick around for a year. And after that, I was pretty distraught because back to back, I got to see our system from 3 different angles in such a way I couldn't unsee things I saw. And what I saw really challenged my understanding of the way capitalism was meant to work and operate. Saw really interesting things on the federal level, specifically around procurement. And you guys know this, the federal government, the agencies are given budgets. If they don't use that budget, they lose that budget. So especially as it becomes to the end of their finance years, there's really interesting things that happen as far as where monies go, just so they can secure, so on and so forth. While working with Dan, I had an amazing experience, but I got to see a lot of stuff afforded to ultra high net worth individuals that typically aren't being afforded to the rest of us. And I got to see some of this while working with Dan, but when I was in DC working for the local government contracting firm, I got to see the inner workings of the business of municipalities. And it's one thing, I think we're all kind of aware that this is a beautiful time period, but it's also a very peculiar and challenging time period. There's all types of things going on around us that I think we're well aware of it, and I think we need to there's an imperative to have a sense of urgency, because this conversation is not about doom and gloom, but let's not pretend that there aren't serious challenges all around us. The beautiful thing then is that also all around us are beautiful people with everything we need if we come together to solve and create beautiful solutions that will not only allow us to be prosperous, but to have a sense of peace. An issue that I have right now when I look at so many things that are going on in our society is that if you look at almost every foundational pillar in our society today, it's in some way, in some shape or form, disrepair. And this is kind of breaking the underpinnings of what it allows for people to even live a decently functioning life. So we could talk about education, whether we're talking about preschool, K through 12, or higher education. We could talk about healthcare. We all know what's going on there, or the majority of us do. We could talk about our infrastructure. Any place that you look at the moment, we are confronted with a serious challenge. So in any event, what are we doing about it, and what is my request for you all? When I came out of that experience, that last experience, I went into a deep depression. I was a young and dumb kid. I'm young and dumb still, kinda, sorta. I'm just getting a little older, and my hairline is starting to recede, so I got evidence to show that my youth is leaving me. But in any event, when I came out of that funk, I came up with 5 system-level solutions that I felt would push us toward the type of world I like to live in, which is ultimately one that's more humane, inclusive, and considers future generations to come. I'm hoping that I have grandchildren, but I'm also hoping that my grandchildren have grandchildren. And I believe that's a hope of us all. If anyone is against that, please raise your hand now. Okay, no one, okay. That was a trick thing. See how engaged you guys are. All right, anyway. In any event then, I came up with a company called Cooperative Capital. Cooperative Capital is an organization we created to enable residents to pool their money together in one big pot, and as one collective unit, invest those monies in several opportunities throughout their own community. As many entrepreneurial journeys go, this was one that was extremely exciting. There were many highs, but there were many, many, many lows. And it was through starting Cooperative Capital, we had just had a major win, and then also with that major win, there was a major investigation launched into us by the state of Michigan. We would end up getting past that investigation, but at the other end of that, it took a real toll on me. It took a real toll on my, first of all, it affected me financially, then mentally, then spiritually, but then physically. And it was in that physical breakdown that I had a huge realization. I was running this race without the proper fuel. As tough as that time period was, I was extremely fortunate about it, because this is what brought me to Pharmacy Food, which is what I'm working on now. Pharmacy Food, we're all about taking functional food and bringing food as medicine to the forefront. At the moment, we take folks' dietary information, but we're getting really close to taking folks' actual health information if they so choose to provide it. And we'll use that information to create delicious meals to support folks' health and well-being. Whereas most food-based businesses are transactional, we really strive to be relational. So our bigger ambition is to go on a holistic health journey with our customers. And in fact, we're just using food as the entry point, a beachhead to begin the relationship with our customers. But as we learn more about our customers, their goals, their motivations, their challenges, a beautiful thing that we've done is we've connected with a number of gym owners, yoga studios, massage therapists, life coaches, et cetera. And we've gotten them open to offering our customers a pretty sizable discount on a sliding scale based on need. And essentially, while we're serving people the nutrition they need to get through their days, we're also connecting them to other preventative health interventions that exist that should support them on their journey towards optimal health and well-being. We're leveraging technology, as you can imagine, to not only become ever more prescriptive, but also as we are increasingly data-driven and collecting information and getting feedback on what's actually working for folks and what actual efficacy we could prove by the combination of interventions we provide to folks, then we're actually going to become even more predictive. In any event, what I will share with you all, because my time is up, is that this is a solution. This is a challenging time period for sure, but within this crisis, the major opportunity and the most beautiful thing I could think about is that there is the biggest economic opportunity in front of us by solving all of the big problems in front of us. We should not shrink from those challenges. We should take them head on because we are capable. We have proven we're capable. And what I would argue and request and ask of you all is, as you think about Industry 4.0, let's think about how we can be prosperous, but let's also think about how we can be considerate and creating actual solutions that are going to solve all the problems we have. I promise you, if you go in that route, we're seeing it in our business because it's beautiful. There's a lot of profits coming with purpose these days. And I welcome each and every one of you to join us in your own respective way, in your own respective vein. And if you're in a company that isn't doing that right now just yet, I would then request and challenge that you try to push your company in a way that puts purpose along with profits. In any event, I thank you all for your time. I appreciate it. I wish you all a beautiful rest of the day. Thank you.